Here I have a simple drum rack loaded into push 3. As I press the pads, you'll see that both the pad tab here that has options like choke group and transpose, and the device tab that shows the device within the drum rack, those change to reflect the last pad I pressed. So if I press the ride, ride, and ride. If I press the kick, in this case bass drum, you'll see bass drum, crash, crash, and that all makes sense. You know, whatever you press last is reflected up here, so you can make changes to it. What doesn't make as much sense is if you expand the group, this would be equivalent in live to opening up the all the channels that make up the drum rack. And I select something like bass drum, I would expect the same thing to happen. I would expect the pad options would be bass drum, and the device would be the bass drum rack with the simpler loaded into it for the bass drum. But that doesn't happen. Watch. I push bass drum. The device with the simpler is the bass drum, but the pad options are the crash. So the pad options are always the second to last thing that I pushed. So if I go to rim shot, this is going to change to bass drum, and this is going to be the rim shot. Watch. Bass drum, rim shot. There's a mismatch there. It's different from when I press the pads in the pad matrix. Selecting a channel correctly selects the device, but this goes to the last thing I had pushed, or the second to last thing, however you want to think about it. Snare drum, hand clap. And I'm not sure why that is. To me, it would make more sense if it functioned like the pads down here, where this always matches whatever I've selected. But it doesn't, and I'm not sure why that is, if it's a feature or a bug. Thanks.